Hi everybody. I just want to go over a couple of neat things with this program. It's a free program online. It's called Quizizz, and it's really fun. And it's very interactive. So I'm gonna go over how to sign in and what to do with your account, and then we're gonna play a game, and then we're gonna talk about classes. So the first thing that we're gonna do is when you sign in, I've already signed in. So, but when you do sign in and you create your account, it's going to ask you some questions if you're a student or teacher or whatever. So just say that you're a teacher, and it's going to ask you some questions about like what grade you are in. Now you can see here I have sixth through eighth grade selected, but we can get rid of that, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that just as you're going through your sign up. So like right here, you can see this. So I can unselect that. I think in most of our cases, our students are pretty wide and pretty varied. I don't know that selecting these dates, I don't think it affects any of your quiz searches or anything like that, because that's what this is. These are a series of quizzes that you can get from a database, which I'll show you, and also that you can create. And create, you can be as creative as you want during them and on whatever subjects you want. But when you go through it, you're going to see this. It will ask you this. Again, it's whatever you want to put in there. Um, but let's see, I can't remember. Yeah, so you have to select one when you go through it. But what you can do is when you get to this page right here, go over to here where it says can't find your class and select here. And then you can create your own class. So we'll just call this, the teacher I work with is Shannon. So we'll call this Shannon's class. Oop. All right, and then just hit enter or done. And there you go. So it says down here, Shannon's class was successfully added. So you just hit all set. So you didn't have to select what your subject is. Now you can absolutely select your subject, and you can see it's down here. If you want to create like math, science, you can do all of that kind of stuff. And so you can definitely get as creative as you want with that. So you're all set. So this is what it would look like. It would take you here. And again, you can go in and edit the sixth through eighth grade. But again, it doesn't it still allows you to do whatever you want as far as creating your own quiz or finding quizzes, which you can find right up here. So what we are going to do is I'm going to just find a really quick quiz. I've asked my wife Maria and my daughter Anna to join us in a game. So once you've got right here, you can start right away with a quiz. You can do a search, and it's going to give you a 6-digit code. The person that you send these codes to they don't need to have a account with Quiz. They just need to go to a website, which is joinmyquiz.com, and they're going to enter in, it'll ask them for a 6-digit code. They're going to put the 6-digit code in, and once everybody's in, you as the host gets to hit start, and I'll just show you what that's going to kind of look like here. So here we go. Let me find a quiz. Now, I promised them I would make it very, very easy. So we're going to do simple addition, and we'll see. Hopefully we can find some short ones because I don't want to take up all their time. So, and you can see a preview of the quiz. Oops, let me go back here. You can see a preview of the quiz by hovering over them. So this, what I'm highlighting right here, it's showing over here on the right. And you go down, you can see this. All right, and it also tells you how many questions are in there, and you can hit play right from here too. Let's see this one. So it looks like these are all going to be 10 questions. So we're going to just choose this one, and we're going to hit play, or you can actually select it, which is what I do. So I can select it, and later on, I'm going to show you guys how to assign homework to a class, and that's the function that I think is going to be really, really important. Because when you do it this way, if you send it out to your students, this link or this code is only good for like, I think it said 2 hours. It's very limited. Once we create a class, when you assign it as homework, it gets sent out to your class, that's people that are in your class, and that's good for up to 30 days. And you can check back and check progress on all these different on all the different assignments. And I'm also going to show you how it exports the data out in an Excel spreadsheet, which I think will help but both the teachers and paras see what students are excelling in or what questions because it shows you what questions they've missed and that kind of thing. So again, so this is a pre-made quiz. I can go in and edit it. It's allowing me to edit it if you wanted to do that. I think it's going to show us some different settings here. When it's done. Yep, so we can actually see all the correct answers and all that kind of, and you can also see when you create a quiz, you can allow for a certain amount of time, which I'll show you later, but we can go in and change that right now. We can have it where there's only 5 seconds or whatever you choose. They're preset to 30 seconds. So that's what this is. You can see there. And then you have all these different options. They're all multiple choice check, so you can change it to check boxes or fill in the blank questions or however you want to do it. But we're going to be good with just the preset. So we're just going to, I guess, save this. I've never actually, no other. So let's just go back. Let me just get out of that. I haven't messed too much with editing somebody else's work. So we're going to play live. I'm going to text them over the code. And then I have a different browser open, so I'm going to play too. So you're going to see 3 people, but I'm going to flip back so that you can see as the host of the live event how cool and interactive it is as both the player and as the host. So let's hit play. We're going to host, and you can do team games. Obviously, you can see this tests and all that, and you can mess around with all those different kinds of things. So if we wanted to make this homework, we could assign this to a class, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to do that in another one. But we're just going to hit classic, which is just the player plays completely on their own. You just hit host game. So I'm going to get my text open for Maria and Anna. Bear with me for 1 second. All right. So as you can see here, if you emailed this out to them or whatever, I guess you don't have to. You could just tell them to go to joinmyquiz.com, and here's the code. So that's what I'm emailing or texting them now. And again, if you did this, you could tell your students, hey, like if you're in the classroom, it's great because you can do it right there live. They can be on their phone, a tablet, a PC. It doesn't really matter. They just go to Join My Quiz, and they get the code. And then once everybody's in, the host hits start, which is what you're seeing here, which is what I would hit. Then away you go. So 033872 is what they're going to do. So here I'm going to see as they join, we'll see their names appear here. Now I'm going to click over to my other browser, and you're going to see what it looks like on that end of it. So right here is where I would go, 033872, and then they just hit join. Again, you don't need an account to join a live group, so they don't need to create an account at all. It's just you send it to them, they go to this website, joinmyquiz.com, and they put that in. Now Anna or Maria just joined in, so look at we have them both. I would love to just remove them both and boot them out of here, but we're not going to do that. And you get to name yourself too when you go in, as you can see. So here's the start your game. You get to name yourself. So this is a good option when you're in the classroom. It's a little more difficult with online learning with where we're at right now, because this link is only good for so long. So but anyways, you can choose to have music off and sound effects and all that stuff. I've never used the read aloud, but that's kind of an interesting feature. I'm sure it does exactly what it says. And there are some really funny memes that Quizizz includes in there too, in between questions, as you're going to see. So I'm going to hit start game, and I'm going to flip back and forth from both the player and then as the host, so you can kind of see. So right now, this is the host. And then I'll hit start game. And then I got to click back over. So this is what it looks like. We're all waiting. So once you know that, okay, if you invited 8 people and you have 8 people there, then you know to start the game. I've invited 3 people, myself, Maria, and Anna. And so we have 3 there. So we're good to go. So here's the start. So you can see it. This is the player. This is the host. So, and you get to see how it is during the game. So as the game is being played, you're going to see how they're answering and what they're doing. So I haven't answered anything yet. So this is how it looks as the player. So as the host, and there's the funny meme. I can choose that. So get double Jeopardy points if you have a wrong answer. So I'll unlock it. So now I've unlocked it. So hit double the points, but a wrong answer will cost you. So I feel pretty good here. So now I just got double the points for that answer. Again, here's the leaderboard. This is where we're at. So Anna has finished, and that's her point total. And also, the quicker you can see up here that how you're earning, and the quicker you answer in the time, then the more points you get. So I got 600, and I'm going to get another power up. So Maria and Anna are done. Where am I at? Okay, so the game has ended, so now it's going to tell me what my accuracy was and all of those kinds of things. These are the questions. So that's on the player side. You can also share these if you wanted to, share it or whatever. But on the host side, this is the cool thing, is that you can see a player's accuracy. Now, again, this is not going to be, it's going to be difficult to do online unless you can get all of your students to sign on at noon and look for that code. So, but I'm going to show you a different way that you can have your quizzes and they can participate in all this in not such a crunched time period. So you can also email, you can see here, send this quiz report to Anna's parents. So it'll give you all that, and you can send that to the parents if you wanted, or email all parents. You can also click this to show the time taken. Pretty neat feature there. You can redo the questions if you want, or review the questions. And this I haven't used before, but you can I guess you can tag those. So those are the overviews. When we get down, and so let's download the results. This is kind of neat too. We're just going to open this, and it should open in an Excel document, which is what we're going to do too. You can do this feature as well when you are, oh, here it is, it's right here, sorry. So this is the pretty neat feature, is that you can see, it tells you right here all of the questions that were asked and the ones that they got right. Now, we didn't miss any, so I probably should have missed one on purpose. That would have helped us out here. But you can see correct, incorrect, unattempted. So you can see all that, and you can download, it's right on your Excel, and you can go ahead and have at that. So that would help out with a lot of stuff too, as far as keeping track of data, especially when you create your own, or if you find a bunch of quizzes that are really relevant to your classes, you could utilize this this game or this feature. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to exit out of here, so you can obviously print this out or save it or whatever you want. Let me get out of here. So we're back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video, and then I'm going to come back, and then we're going to go through how to create your classes, get your students in the classes, and then assign, which is the better feature here, is assign an actual assignment to send out the invitation, get the students to accept it, get them into your class, assign them some quizzes, whether either by your creation or ones that you have found in their library of quizzes, which there's thousands. Then we can see how that quiz acts, and then the data that you can get out of that. So we're going to do that, and I'll see you in a few seconds. Okay, so we're back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create a class, and then we're going to assign, we're going to send out an invitation, and then we're going to have a real simple, fast quiz, and I'll show you how it will look in your class. So after we've already talked about how to sign in and create your account, and we did a live quiz, which again, if you do a live quiz, they don't need an account. When we create the class, there'll be an invitation sent out, and the people that get the invitation, they do need to accept the invitation and create an account. The account obviously is just your email address and a password. So the parents or the students can keep track of that. But once they're all into your class, then it's really simple. If you have Google Classroom, this is very integrated with Google Class, so you could also just integrate your Google Class. But for the people that don't, and there's tons of how-to videos on YouTube for that. If you're going to go that way, we're not going to use the Google Class because I don't know how many people have that or are using that. So we're just going to go over here. This is the profile. So again, you can get rid of this if you want. Just go to Edit Profile, and you can get rid of the 6th, 7th, and 8th. So we can just take care of that, save changes, and now there'll be nothing there. Once we come back, see, it's all gone there. So there you go. And so here's where you find all of your different settings and whatever. So what we're going to do is we want to create a class. So again, here's your Connect with Google Classroom, but we're just going to do it without that. So you can name this whatever you want. You can also assign it to any color that you want. So I've done one before. I deleted it, so it must be remembering I already have Shannon's class in there. So we're just going to put, we'll just name this Shannon's class again. But you could put math, science, whatever it is that you want. Now this is a choice you're going to have to make, is do you want the require to enter a guardian's email address? I mean, that's going to be up to you, I guess, an individual. I'm just going to say no. So we create a class. And here is the invitation right there. You can get it from within your class anyway, so you don't need to grab it necessarily there. You can do that by just hitting Add Students, and it will pop right back up. So here's the Shannon. So if you wanted to add another class, you just do the same thing. You can just put Math, assign it a color, however you want to do it, and then we'll have a math class. So let's say you wanted to delete one. What you're going to do is if you wanted to delete, so let's say we wanted to delete our, we don't need this. So you're going to go down to Archive, just say Archive. You can always restore it, but right here is Archive Classrooms. And then from here, you can choose to either restore it or you can delete it. So we'll just delete it. So that's how that works. So now we're back to Shan's class. So now we need to add students. So what we need to do is get in here, grab this code, and we're going to send this off to Anna. And here we go. So we're going to say this. I should have had this done before, so sorry about that. So we're say invitation, and then just paste it right in there. And now she's going to get that. Okay. So we'll just wait until she accepts it. Now, obviously, you would send this out to your group of students or their parents for them to accept. And when you do your quizzes through here, you get to set the time frame. So you could give them 3 days, 4 days, whatever. Whereas if you did the live link, you wouldn't be able to do that. You would have to wait, or they would only have an hour or two to do that. So that's the one thing. So Anna hasn't accepted the invitation yet or hasn't created the account. So that is the only bummer, is that they would have to create an account, but creating an account is simple. It's password and our username, our email, and then the password, and that's it. So let's refresh. Yep, so now you see one student, and we have her here, right here. So once you have, let's pretend that we have, 6, 15 students in here. So we haven't assigned anything now. So you don't need to click here. You can just go right here. So what we're going to do is let's assign Anna a quiz. So again, I promised her I would make it as simple as I could. And again, you can, if you hover over these, you can see how many questions there are, and you can hit play right from there. But we don't want to play right from there, so we're just going to find the least amount of questions that we can. So let's just do this right here. All right, this is pretty simple, and it's only 10 questions. So once you click on it, You're going to click on it. Here, now this is what we did before. We played live, so we don't want to do that. We want to assign as homework. Um, so when you're doing that, that's where it's going to go to your class, and we're going to choose that. But I want to show you some options here. So when you go to edit, and when you create your own quiz, you'll be able to do this too. I believe it's down here at the bottom. I might have to come back to that because there are some different things that you can do. Maybe was it right here? No. Well, there you can assign it into your classroom if you wanted to. But there are some options such as if you wanted them to see the right answer, if they've answered it wrong, you can have it where it's set infinite amount. They can take the test as many times as they want, that kind of thing. So you can do that. But I'll get into that in a second. So let's get back here. So this is the last page that we were on. See, this has show the answer, or no, you can choose that, so you yourself can see the answers there. So right here, that tells you all about it if you hover over that. So we're going to assign it as homework, and here's your, so it defaults to April 20th, which is tomorrow, but you can go in and choose any one of these dates, all the way up through the 18th. So here, this is what I wanted to get to. Okay, so we're just going to keep it on the 20th. We'll just pick the 19th at well, we won't say 4:45. We'll say 5:45, whatever. So okay, so here is where you get to choose these things. This is where you can see. So the student attempts. How many times can student take the quiz? Right now, it's defaulted to once. You can say unlimited. You can let them take it as many times as they want. Show students the correct answer after each question. So you can do that. This is for validate only, but you can turn that on where they would actually see it. So you can mess around with all of these settings. They can see the leaderboard. Shuffle the questions is really neat so that if you did this in a group, if somebody was sitting right next to somebody else, they would not be getting they're getting the same questions, but at different times. So they shuffle it for each player. They also do, so you can see all of these kinds of things. So the redemption question is at the end of the quiz. If you've gotten a few wrong, it'll give you a chance. You can pick from, I think it's got like 1 dot, 2 dot, and 3 dots. They can choose one of those selections and it will give you that question for a second time. So you can have the music playing, you can have memes going during all that. So, so there we go. So now we've got the host the game. So here's the link. And it's assigned in our class. So let's go to our class. So invited participants. So you can see that. Assigned. So this is assigned already. So if we go to our class. Oh wait, did I not? I might not have. Oh no, I did. I chose that, right? So there it is right there. Invite participants and you share the link. You just hit this. The link is copied. You go to your class, you choose it. And there we go. So she should have already gotten the because she's part of the class, so she should have gotten the email that it was sent out. So we just have to wait and let her take it. I don't know if there's a way for us to actually see that live. This we can get rid of, but these are, you can go back to reports. So this is running, so you can see this is running. So here you go. And you can click on that. And you can see as people go through, you'll be able to see what's going on there. Let's see, my quizzes. So as you develop quizzes, you can see this. This was a draft version. We can get rid of that. These are the reports. These are ones that I've done in the past. You can create your own collection. So when you create your own quiz, so like right here, when you select create new quiz, this is how easy it is. You can come up with whatever name, select the relevant class at that point. So we'll just call this A, I don't know, whatever, like that. and you can make, then you're going to just choose however it is that you want to do it. And there you go. You just start answering your questions. If you're going to insert media, you just select this and you can drag. If you're going to post a link or enter or paste a link right here to an image, you can do it that way, or you can select this and it will open up another box for you to choose from different images that you have on your computer that you can slide in there. So I haven't used the audio option, but obviously that is something that you can do as well. So that's as far as that would go for that. Hold on, Anna's saying she didn't get the link, so I must have done something wrong. Let's see here. Okay, everybody, I made a very simple error here. So I didn't select a class when I chose the quiz. So we just selected our quiz from we went to find a quiz. We put simple math. And so this is what, remember, if you hover over, you can see your different quizzes and the questions and all of that. So I selected this one, okay? And remember too that after you're done here, you're going to select assign homework, that was right, what I did. I didn't select the class. You have to assign it to a class, which is what I didn't do. That's why she didn't get it. So right here again is just where you can go through and you can customize it to however it is that you want to do that. So now I've assigned it to a class. I'm going to select that. So you can name it. So I'm just going to call it our first assignment. Okay, so now we're going to hit next. Don't forget to click the assign game button at the top. Oh, yep. So there it is now assigned. There we go. So this is in that. So you can see the game is running. She should get the email, and then it'll allow her to play. And I'm assuming that, well, once she starts, she can let me know. So right here, it says right here, the student has not joined the game yet. So probably after we don't want to leave, we can go back here to my quizzes. So, and we can get rid of all these. These are just my quizzes. These are ones that I was from earlier videos and that. So you can go back and get rid of those if you want. So again, you can hit your new quiz right here, or you can do it right there. I kind of talked about that in the last segment. You'll hit your classes, and I want to see, is it under reports? So right here, so that's running. So look at, she's already 50% through. So is that very active? This I can get rid of because I never assigned it to the classroom. So we're going to delete that report. So again, so it says it started, or it's running, started a minute ago, and again, you can see there, it just updated. She's 70% through. And this is under reports, and you can, nope. So I guess what you have to do is kind of go here. You don't want to refresh. Okay, so she's done. So she's finished 100% of it. So you can click it, and you can see one student assigned, one student completed. You have none remaining. So now you can review the questions, you can look at the overview, and again, you can go through here and you can see what questions she got right. She will earn a cookie tonight because she got them all right. So again, here you can print them out or you can download, which is what I showed you earlier. It should open up in Excel. My computer is a little bit slow. So it should pop up here in a second. If not, oh, there it is right there. So depending on how many students you had, then you would be able to come in and you would be able to see all of this information, the question, correct, incorrect, and attempted. And I figured this could help us out with some data. So that's pretty much the overview of it. If you have Google Classroom, the integration does make it a little bit easier than if you don't. Like I showed earlier, the only thing you have to do is create your new classroom and you get the invitation without the Google integration. You get the invitation, you're going to email that out to your students or your parents. They would, once they accept it, they're entered into the classroom. Then you just go into assign. I'm not going to save this. She knows she did a good job, right? So we're good. So once you do that, then you just go to either create your quiz, and you can be as creative and fun as you want, as whatever it is that you want, or you can just find a quiz like what we did earlier. So you can see they have tons and tons of um, pre-made ones done under all different kinds of subjects. So we'll just pick simple math again, just to be consistent, just to kind of go through the assignment process again. And I'm not going to ask Anna to do the quiz. I'm just going to show you how to assign it again. So we'll just pick the same quiz. So once you're in that, you're going to hit, once your classroom is done, you'll hit assign homework. And if you have multiple classrooms, once you're done with the assignment, then you would click here, and then you would see, we're only seeing one because that's all we have. But if you had 8 different classrooms, then you could just assign it that way. You could name it whatever you want. We'll call it blah, blah. And then you'll hit next. You can manage your classes from here too. You'll hit next. And then you just have to do what I forgot to do in that middle segment there, is you have to select which classroom you're going to assign. Oh, that's what I did. I just did that before, so sorry. Supposed to be blah. Hit next, and that's it. So now it's assigned to this class. Then you just hit assign game. Oh, and 2, you'll be able to check your date, however long you want it to be active for. And again, you can go in through here and do whatever you feel is best for your students and for your classroom. Hit assign game. And this process would be the same if you created your game too. The only thing we're not doing here is we're not creating a quiz. But if you create the quiz, it's saved right over here in your My Quizzes. It would be in here, and then you would just click it and assign it just like that. So it's going to be the exact same. So just from that. So here we're just going to hit this. Oh, it reset. So we'll assign the classroom. Sorry, we have to do this again. So we hit Shannon's class, hit next, and that's it. You hit assign, and now it's assigned, and Anna would have gotten, again, it says right here she hasn't joined the game yet. She's not going to, but you would be able to go here and you would be able to see what is assigned, what their progress is, and what they've done it. So that's pretty much the overview of Quizizz. I think it's something that is something that's kind of fun. You can it's, as you saw when you play the game, it's really fun. They make it interactive, and the students would be able to see the leaderboards in most cases, unless you choose to not have that as part of it. And you can customize it with your own quiz, or just go out and find quizzes that are already done. So something that's kind of cool, something that's kind of fun. The only kind of hiccup or hurdle is that you have to send the invitation out to the parents and their students and get them to accept it. And that's the only hurdle. If you have Google Classroom, just integrate it over, and you don't have that hurdle. So, and there's tons of videos out there for people that utilize Google Classroom with Quizizz. So you can definitely search around for that. So thanks for putting up with my mistake earlier with how to get the games over to the students. I can't believe I didn't. I just needed to select the classroom. So thanks again. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and have a great day.